Welcome to 7SD Carpathian Adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, but neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire, battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Simon Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Kaelin, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sagut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Edric, and I am from England. I spent most of my youth in the Navy. Climbing the ranks, I was granted land and title. However, I did not fit in. A heretic to most, I fled, leaving my wife and children behind. In a city on mines, I met a group that changed my life forever, the Champions of the Sun. In time, perhaps they might help me reunite with my family.
I am Borinth, the Cave Bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger, and with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect, and, more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life. Excuse the dice slamming onto pieces of wood. It's pounding away in my ear. Just bear with me a second here. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others are retail managers, a few are in IT, we're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch. Please like on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, please subscribe on YouTube. At last check, we're up to, I think it was like 420 subscribers on YouTube, 461 followers on Facebook. Thank you very much to every single one of you. During the stream, if you follow on Twitch or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. To all of our subscribers, thank you. What's going on? What's happening in the campaign? The party is building strength and gathering allies to defeat a powerful vampire named Bayuk Osman Ghazi. In their effort to do so, they are collecting parts to create a powerful magical weapon. A series of battles and a siege later, they acquired the Heilige Lanza, or the lancehead from the Spear of Destiny. The DM believes they are now in a search of at least 2 other parts, perhaps a staff and a power source. Having recently defeated an ongoing villain and in the midst of a long rest, the party started the last session at the entrance to a tavern called the Tier Bar, or the Animal Bar. And crossing the threshold, they found themselves in a mosh pit of sorts. Jammed with people, it was a challenge just getting to the bar. Drinking the bar's Tier Bar beer had a strange effect. The most prevalent was that whenever someone consumed a Tier Bar beer, the consumer wanted a Tier Bar beer sausage sandwich. And whenever someone ate a Tier Bar sausage sandwich, say that 10 times fast, the consumer wanted a Tier Bar beer. And the cycle continued. Eventually, the bar, fortunately, ran out of sausages and the bar closed down for the night. Covered with beer, perhaps some human waste and vomit, the party returned to the Mogonticum Inn and took baths. The following day, the party went in several different directions. Zyman identified some magic items, and the party passed the alley where, a couple days prior, Zyman's alter ego let loose a delayed blast fireball. With Borinth translating, Galela inquired if the local guards knew anything about what happened. Galela not understanding, Borinth told the guards that Galela said they were incompetent. Zyman broke off from Borinth and Galela, and he returned the books he and Borinth acquired from Bartish, the cat-loving sage. Kipt slept in, coming downstairs to the common area and speaking with the innkeeper. His true nature as an elf was blatantly spotted. The innkeeper told Kip, "Your kind is not welcome here." Back with Borinth and Galela, they again met with Bishop Frederick of Mainz. Subtly grateful to the extent that he could publicly be, he had the massive hands of the big bad evil guy Drusus silver-plated and mounted in a mahogany stand for Borinth. Later, Zyman, Kip, Galela, and Borinth had in-depth conversations regarding their past and their future. Despite Kip's encounter with the barkeep, the party returned to the inn. Therein, the barkeep repaid the party their money and told them, "Elves are not welcome here." Galela announced, "I knew they would find out." Welcome back, guys. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
You are, at the moment, I believe we left off. You were in the middle of the tavern. What are you guys doing? It is late at night. You're in a dark tavern. There are windows, but it is dark outside.
Oh,
yeah. That's another thing.
Oh, should we leave?
I don't think we have a choice. We're leaving.
Okay. Where are we gonna go? Well, let's just go. We'll
We'll
figure
go
it
out
out
to the
once
street
last time.
and figure it out there.
You enter out into the town square. It's dark. It's quiet. There's not that many people around. A few hushed whispers here and there, just people doing their business late at night.
Maybe we should try another inn.
We could try another inn.
Do you think it's wise to stay in the town, or do we have other business here? Can we maybe go to the outskirts of town, camp out?
It seems to me that we're probably even more vulnerable out there right now, right? We need a place to hold up for a few more days to rest. We could try another inn, or we could try something that maybe others may not expect.
What did you have in mind?
We could go to, maybe we can stay at the cathedral. We've done them a service. The only other alternative is for us to, let people know what we've done here, and that's something that we promised that we wouldn't tell.
I could always just go out on my own, and I don't want to be a burden to the whole party. I can just go camp and...
Okay.
All right?
Do I know what the...
I mean, I'm much more comfortable in the wilderness anyway.
Do we have any idea what the church's general stance against elves is?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't believe we need to. I don't believe we
Like
need
in
to.
general in the world? Like, do we know?
You ponder, you just processing what he said, and what you realize. I mean, I assume somehow you figured that out, since you bring it up. Processing it in your brain, you're thinking back over the years and the horror stories you've heard about aberrations, like these abominations like dwarves, just hideous creatures, and these elves, how they come in the night and steal children and steal money, and thing with fangs and that are dragon-like people that breathe fire, and the stories that are told are hideous, and none of them are pleasant. Roll an insight check with advantage.
What check?
Did you make really good cookies? And they're really good at making shoes.
15.
15. Based upon the
no relation.
stories you've heard from childhood through adulthood, and based upon the number of, how many elves have you seen?
I'm not sure now, because he looks kind of human, but maybe I've seen more than one, but I'm thinking maybe just one.
Okay. So you probably would gather that they're probably not well received in most places.
I'd imagine like the facial features that would vary would probably be more of a pointed like jawline. Obviously now drawing notice to me being an elf, there would be, the tips of the ears have been tucked under a bandana. Whenever we kind of do try to go into cities and towns, like he would probably put his hood up because he's obviously received some of this in the past, but a little bit more, I don't know, not necessarily frail looking, although he is somewhat frail. He's he's tender.
Although he is.
Yeah.
But you've gone in the cathedral before.
I always stayed at the door. I never went fully.
But I've noticed he didn't get any looks, but
Yeah, I stayed by the door the first time with Diedrich, I think, but the first time. And the second time we stayed outside.
Yep. You sly devil. The stories are true. You're full of mischief.
No, I just might not be comfortable in the church either. Let's try to steal the holy water.
Well, then maybe we should try another. I don't think we will. Well, we may be welcome there, but if word has traveled.
We've done a great service for the city. I think that if they want to keep knowledge of what we've done quiet, they may make an exception for a few nights, and then we'll be on our way. Might be worth the try.
let's go, and I start walking to the cathedral.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start walking toward the cathedral.
You really think blackmail is the best way to? I'll just start walking along.
Maybe we can always hide out in catacombs if we have to, right?
I mean, honestly, what's the worst they can do? So they don't like them.
Yeah, they can
Stop
turn
it.
us
I
away.
don't speak German, so if no
I
one's
mean,
following
come on, look at
me,
It's all you. I got
We're
8.
following. We're following.
What are they
Death's
gonna
door.
do?
Where'd Galila go?
I'm on death's door right now.
Anyone who's got a
Kip-
problem with my friend Kip's got a
Yeah.
problem with us.
Right, exactly.
Try to
Well,
kick us out of town.
Kip, just try to stay. Just try to stay. Oh my God, he is wearing a. What? That's amazing. I just noticed it.
That's awesome. You know,
That's amazing.
for the power to the elves.
I love it. Yeah.
Perhaps we should start by putting some pants on you.
Yeah. You should keep you close. We'll just keep you close.
I need a full range of motion for my dexterity.
Okay.
Fair.
Head to the cathedral.
You guys, it is an awesome shirt. It is awesome. You guys head up a street. It's very, very quiet. The buildings lean in on one another. It is cold outside. It feels as though it just rained past. There's that gloss of water across the cobblestones and dripping from the edges of the roofs. Very, very quiet. You hear some people scatter here and there. You're not sure if they're scattering because of you or just it's nighttime and people don't like to be caught out and about in the streets. You make your way through the narrow streets with the buildings that are leaning in toward one another, and you come upon the large square, the market square, where you saw previously there were tents and tables and what have you set up. And there on the far side of the market square is the tall, towering Gothic cathedral with 2 spires on either side of it and huge, huge wooden doors in the front of it. The doors are closed. It is nighttime. What are you doing?
Are you going to knock?
Well, we'll try the doors. Let these places stay open.
Bring Galila with you. They seem to like her a lot more than you.
Yeah. Well, that's generally the case.
Should I knock?
You just stay with everybody.
You might not even be able to walk over the threshold. You may burst into flames.
According to some of the tales, maybe.
Don't you have to be like invited in or
I
something?
mean, I suppose. I could just seek sanctuary. Usually churches are open to that.
Right. And that's basically what we're asking for. Okay.
Have at it.
Go up and try the doors.
They are locked.
Okay. Do you want to knock or do you want me to do my
I
knock?
knock with my knuckle.
I unlock them.
You break
I
the
just
knob
knock
off the
softly.
You gently knock.
I'd kill everyone in the basement.
Well, if they're, I imagine they're like kind of thick cathedral doors. So
Yes.
you know, a nice knock.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And a good knock on
Yeah,
it.
good
Okay,
knock.
so it's not like you're trying
No,
to be
not like
quiet.
yeah.
You know. Okay, you rap on the doors. A few minutes, a few seconds go by. Initially, there's no answer, and then you hear somebody from the other side approaching. A small window opens, and an acolyte that you recognize from earlier. His face, or at least his eyes, stick through, and he's looking through, and he said, "We're closed."
We require sanctuary. I put my face right up to it. Make sure he knows who it is.
You see a torch come up to it. You can't come back in the morning.
No, unfortunately not.
It's kind of an urgent matter. If you wouldn't mind, we could speak to maybe the bishop or just you for a moment.
Hold on. The window closes. You hear the sound of multiple latches being undone, and the door slowly he pulls it. Come in, come in, come in.
Thank you.
And
Everybody, come on in.
it's dark inside the cathedral at this point. There's no candles burning per se. Maybe a few here and there. He has a lantern with him. Or a torch. I said he had a torch. He has a torch with him. He's like, what's so urgent that you can't stay at an inn or a tavern?
I'm really sorry we're first of all sorry to disturb you. I know this is fairly late, but we have an urgent matter. Unfortunately, We just need a place of rest, and we can't find a place worthy enough. So we're just, we thought it would be a good idea to come here and see if you guys had any spare. We won't stay too long. We promise we won't be any trouble. We'll just be on our way.
We made a
few days.
promise to the bishop that the news of our being here in the city would not get out to the people, and there's been many questions about the party itself. So we thought it best to hide out until we're able to move on and not cause any other further suspicion or trouble.
Sit down. I'll be a few moments.
Did he lock the door?
Yes,
Did everybody
yes.
come in? Everybody's in?
He goes up and he locks the doors
Okay.
and closes the doors back up. He says, there's no pews per se, but you see, he just points to the ground. And he says, have a seat or stand and just give me a few moments. And you see him scurry off toward the direction of the bishop's quarters.
We're gonna go peek out the sliding thing. Did he peek out? And look to see if anybody was following us.
Roll a perception check. Or roll an investigation check.
Can I give him guidance?
Sure.
Guidance.
Do you see, friend?
Roll a d4 you can add to it.
What Tom? Did it perception or what'd you say?
Investigation.
Investigation. 16 plus a d4, you said?
Yep. That was you and me.
That's what I thought. You made a face and I couldn't remember. It's been so long ago.
Oh, what's going on? Where'd they all go?
Didn't kill the cook. The roll right there.
You see one? Oh, I thought it was a d4.
Yeah, it's d4.
Oh, there it is. Sorry. I'm blind. 16, 20. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look outside, and from the direction of the inn that you were staying at, you see a small gathering of individuals with torches.
They're coming with the pitchforks.
Damn it, Shrek.
And they, from across
Your
the
torch and your pitchfork.
from across the square, you see one of them kind of like, and the rest of them are just like clearly trying to think of what to do at this moment.
Okay. There's no furniture in this room. And are there any other entrances? Are there windows? Are there?
There are windows. They're fairly up high.
Okay.
I mean, they're probably about 8 foot high.
Okay.
There are some things on the walls around the room that probably wouldn't mean anything to you. To you, you might recognize them as Stations of the Cross placards with some writing on
But there's
it.
no pews. There's no bench seats.
There's no
or
pews or benches. No.
Are there any guards outside?
Outside of the church, you didn't see any guards outside of the church.
What about inside?
Oh,
the
I
church?
mean, in that crowd. Well, if you shared that you saw people, I
Well,
would ask.
We could
Do
go.
you see any guards in the crowd?
Did I see any? No, I just saw people
Torches.
with torches and pitchforks.
It was dark. You see the glow of the torches illuminating a 20-foot bright, 20-foot dim around them. They clearly had some things with them, but you're looking from the cathedral across a square over toward one of the streets emptying in toward the square.
It's been a while since I fought a bunch of villagers.
I know.
I don't know that
Okay,
it'll
we're
come to
not
that.
gonna fight a bunch of villagers.
Is that or not?
How about we?
Most of the time, they just want to run me out of town, you know. so-
Yeah. Well, let's just see where the bishop's at and see what the bishop has to say, and then we can, if we have to, we can go further into the catacombs. I mean, we know that the threat down there has been
Yeah, but we know that
subdued.
the only other way out has been sealed under the lake.
Right, but maybe we can just hold out and go out the way we came in. Just eventually, maybe the bishop can just kind of smooth things over. I don't know. I mean,
All right, we'll wait for the bishop. It's not like they're going to break that door down.
perhaps. I doubt they would.
You sealed the locks.
Right? Yeah. But I doubt that they would try to smoke us. I mean, they would try not to burn down the church if we were in here. I mean, it's not that big a deal, is it? I guess you would know.
It depends. I don't know.
Okay.
You know,
Maybe he has been burned alive before and he just regenerates.
Maybe.
possible.
Maybe. Yeah.
Don't get any ideas.
I mean, why don't you just shoot lightning bolts from your arse and breathe fire on them? And rip their flesh off and eat them.
I mean, I could probably summon a dragon.
Okay, I like this idea. I like where we're going with
It's a
this.
start.
Save that for a rainy day. Though.
Oh, no, I
Today is
think
just
I think-
drizzle.
Yeah, might be raining pretty soon. I'll just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
We being funny.
Perhaps you should be the one looking out at them. You would see more than I would.
I don't know. I feel like it might be best if I just left and met you guys.
That's not happening.
You go alone, you will be strung up.
Yeah, they'd have to catch me
And if
first.
that is going to happen, I at least want to be there when it happens.
But they'd have to catch me first.
I've seen you run. You're not that.
I've also seen you caught and frozen.
That was different.
That was like yesterday or a few days ago. How different was it,
You're still a
really?
little stiff from the cold. Yeah, so what? Really stretch.
You can't run forever, Kip.
Yes, well, I mean, I'll run as long as I have to.
Let's take our chances and see. We gotta play this out.
All right.
Just relax
Let's see what the bishop has to say.
and hide in the chateau when he comes out.
I will do so.
Yeah.
And I will put my hood on, and I mean, I could. No, I don't want to do that. I could pass without a trace. Make myself
Save
a little
that.
harder to see, but I will save that. Yeah, I'll just go find the corner and kind of hunker down in the corner.
I'll kind
My
of
hood up.
stand in a way that kind of blocks his figure from anybody
Mm-hmm.
walking into the room.
No way to change my appearance.
No.
The cathedral is
Insight check.
Actually, let me go through my bag of stuff.
Oh, right.
We'll
He
see.
turned his hair green. I remember that.
Forever.
Yeah.
Hold this hammer. You'll look just like me.
Yeah.
Is Baldur doing something?
He's just rummaging through his pack for now.
Okay. The cathedral is a wide open space, and there are huge, massive columns. If you can picture almost like a shamrock shape at the base, kind of towering upward to a ceiling far above that disappears in the darkness. On either side, there are small niches where there are what appear to be tombs and other places to pray throughout the cathedral. It's very easy to find a dark spot in here. It is not illuminated at this time. You get the impression, just glancing up with what little light there is and with your dark vision, that with the towering windows on either side, that's probably the primary source of light in here, either way. Even with that, the little bit of starlight that is seeping through, it is dark. And if you're looking for dark, behind any towering column, it is very easy to disappear into the darkness. I assume you do so. The rest of
Yes.
the party is there. A few minutes pass by, and eventually you see the acolyte coming forward. He has a torch in hand, and you see with him is the bishop. And they're walking across the long length of the nave from clearly what was his study area that you've seen. You suspect his living quarters farther back. He has a small lantern in his hand that seems to be leading his way coming forward. He approaches you and pauses, and the lantern illuminates his face, and it is slightly pale, paler than usual. He goes, "It is very late."
We apologize. We seem to find us requiring some sanctuary here.
if you could find it in your heart to see us as good people in spite of, it would be greatly appreciated. And I think we very much know much about doing things out of the kindness of our hearts.
May I see the creature?
The creature?
Yes.
Do you mean our companion? Our fellow man?
If you refer to it as that, yes.
He has a name.
I just put my hand on her shoulder, and then I'm gonna
Gripping my hammer.
gesture.
Tightly.
I mean, gesture over and say, try to get you to. I'm not gonna point though to where.
I'm just gonna
you are
say, Kip.
Yeah.
It is your choice to reveal yourself or not.
Lycoa pads out.
He stands in the darkness. He sees the wolf come forward.
Surprise!
Is this beast is the elf they speak of? I didn't.
And then I'll walk.
So
Step aside, you'll let him pass by.
And I'll just walk up, let Koa sit down, and I'll just pat Lycoa's head. And I'll pull the hood down, and I'll take the bandana off.
So the stories are real.
The stories are exaggerated. In fact, many of my people up north have converted to your god.
And are you in league with the devil?
I am not. I have not met the devil nor spoken to him.
Maybe this guy.
In fact, I believe that in all my being I am against the devil.
I've never seen the likes of an. Do you refer to yourself as an elf?
I am an elf. That is my race or species. But before that, I am a man, and I am a child of this earth.
May I, not to be an affront,